Hello. Here I am, Jason, doing something different than I usually do because people have been wondering how you insert sequence music into Skytemple. ROM is really used for Sky, the ROM. And there was no tutorial, so I'm here. Yahoo! First of all, you need a song that is in a MIDI file. I personally ripped this one, but sometimes I took them from the internet. I don't know if I should do that, but even so, I do it. I'm sorry if I do something that I should. But most importantly, you need to know first that this MIDI works properly, because sometimes there's a MIDI but it ends up having no sound. Like but that's because it's ripped from the ROM from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. That is the Dark Meta Knight song battle, basically. That this is how it sounds normally. What a good song. Now, but firstly, we have to find it. We have to go here, and I have it. I import the basic. Also, this is Fruit Loops Studio, FL Studio, basically. That not normally support a sound font, but I have an extension called Sforzando that will help. Basically, I also need this notepad. Now let's see how it sounds. Yeah, do you expect? But we have to do this. Replace Sforzando. Here we go to the sound fonts, and I have many because I'm a music nerd. Well, not really, but aficionado to this. And we have to find many of these instruments that some have a little whack sound in the ROM, but to start that there's not much you can do nowadays. Also, I have multiple sound fonts mainly related to Advanced Wars because I like Advanced Wars. But you see that they also have many instruments. There's a way to put them into PMD, but that will raise the size of the ROM, and that could be a problem. Not that necessarily, but that could be a problem. Now, going to the real deal, we have. Let's go with the basic one, piano. Yeah, it could work, and well, then you have to do all the music thingies that you should always do to adapt it to the sound of Mr. Dungeon. I'll be back when I have all of this. this was my rendition. I don't did much, but well, I mean, I'm not musician. I mean, I know how to do music, but basic music, just MIDI slap and some edits. But that's not important for this video, basically. What we need to do now, and this is very important, because we need to save each of these numbers of instrument. For example, I'm going to write in this notepad this number, then this one too, this one that is same as the previous one, this one's too, and finally this one. This is going to be very important when we want to put the music in the game itself. For now, we are going to export to MP3. That is not necessary, but it's good for documentation. Dark Meta Knight Battle PMD. Yeah, we do this for documentation. And then this is also important if you edited the MIDI in FL Studio, because you can export it like this as a MIDI. So you need to go. Basically, this is the free version of FL Studio, and everything should be done. Should be able to be done with this trial version. You prepare for MIDI export, and then you export as a MIDI. That way you go here, and instead of replacing it, I'm going to put Dark Meta Knight Battle PMD port. Yeah. With that done, we can close this. We don't need it anymore. And now we have to do something very important with these numbers, and it's to open it with something that a MIDI editor, basically. That in this case, I'm going to export it with. I'm going to edit it with Anvil Studio. It's a free software. We can hear that all of the instruments are pianos now. That is not something that we wanted, but that's why we say these numbers, because these numbers are going to be what instrument in the sound font that we are going to use is going to be called to be played in the game. You see? So if we put all of this right here, all of the instruments in there that will sound in the game are going to be pianos, and we don't want only pianos. In this case, we are going to pick these numbers and add it 1 plus 1, basically. Why? Because Anvil Studio starts from 1, but the numbers we have here start from 0. So if we want to search for 0, we can't search for 0 because it starts from 1. Basically, most, if not all, code related stuff start from 0, because I don't know, I'm not a coder too, but that's not important. The reason is not important. We have this that is already there. 53, that is in reality 55, 54. Damn, I can talk. This is 44, therefore it's 45. And this sounds like shit. Yeah, but that's not important. What we need to do is now what we have to do is the loop. Why? Because if not, the music, when it reaches the end of the MIDI, it will just end, and it will not in the game. It won't sound anymore. Unlike the in the base game, that music goes back and start playing again in smooth loop. Basically, you know, you have to have some music knowledge, not much, but some. And there, your new loop start. It can be wonky sometimes. I mean, I can do it, do the loop right pristinely, but it happens sometimes. And now we have to do it is export MIDI format 0 file, not save song. It's export MIDI format file. Why? Because that saves everything, like the cues that work for loops that we need to have. See? So we save it above it, because in the end we didn't change anything, just the music and the cues that. Well, that depends on you. You want to save it or not, that's up to you. Now we close it. Close this one too. Why not? And with that, we have to go to SkySongBuilder. So remember, you need the SkySongBuilder. I will have everything you need in the description, or at least or you can Google it. I mean, it's not that hard either, but that's up to you. You go to Notepad Plus doesn't work very well, but I'm going to open with Sublime Text because that's something I use, but you don't necessarily need it. I use something I use. I have multiple songs in here, the very basic stuff. That is, this data I don't change it because too complicated for me. And now we have the sound fonts. I'm going to use the sound font of PMD sound font, and OBM is also basically the PMD, but I don't use it. And I'm going to the sound font is made by, I don't remember, but I bet someone in the comments will. yeah, wink wink. And here I use, for example, this is the one music that I put, that it was one from Airbound. But right now it's not the music of Airbound. Right now is Dark Meta Knight Battle from Kevin Amazing Mirror, and it's music from Kirby franchise. That's something that you do to have order more than anything. Now, for this, we have to go to this one. Change name to have this, and this is a ROM, and this is the MIDI I'm going to use. And this is very important because that replaces a song in the game. I'm going to go to Skytemple, so be right back. And here we are, the fun part. Skytemple, the one and only. Yahoo! Now, we are not going to be here for much time. What we are going to do is to go to here. No, not here. Dungeon music. Why? Because this is where we find the IDs that are going to replace for the game. Why we need to know this? Because of course it's the music we're gonna use. And and here I'm going to replace boss battle. Why? Because Dark Knight battle is actually a boss battle song. So 15. Remember, this number is here in Dungeon Music, and you go to Beach Cave. Well, any basically. And this number is not the one. The one that matters is the one in parentheses. 21. If you want to replace Beach Cave, 21. Yada yada yada. Yeah. And that's all we have to do in Skytemple for the moment. No, actually, that's for all of what we need. We don't really need it. It's just the best way to find the ID of each song. With that being said, don't see. No, it doesn't matter because I already launched many of my projects. Wink, wink. You can check them out. Wink, wink. And we go to something very. We already edited this, so we go to save, and we go to here. No, wait, no. That's not what we need. We go to dslazy. Remember, dslazy is needed for this. And what we actually do with this, we go to dslazy.x. You know, like Sonic. Yeah. What an awesome joke. Yeah. I go to PMD EOS, and the one we are gonna use, we click unpack. Here we are going to see this window, very scary, but this not going to do anything bad for you, at least in this context. And we go to here, SkySongBuilder. I usually use PowerShell for using this, but you can use CMD, or you can just click it and hope it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. That's why I like doing this. Oh, here, yeah, you see, this is the unpacked ROM we put in here, and now we are going to use this. You see, that's scary, but it's not going to do anything bad for us. We go out. I forgot to delete all of this, but that's not important. That's not important. What's important is this. And we go here, and we go to the thing that we go to the place in dslazy, and we go to NDS unpack. We go to data, and we go to sound. You know, because music is sound. BM, that's music. Well, background music, but you know. And we go to Spanish, reemplazar los archivos en el destino. Replace the files, you know. If you don't know any, that's not my problem. Nah, I'm kidding. And now we go to NDS Packer. And we are creating NDS file, and we go here and go to this and postport. Remember to always save something before in case something destroys. You know, one can't always be so sure. And sometimes things are irreparable, so be careful. Just have a backup, and that's all you need. And now we all that we need to do is to go to the ROM and see if this plays correctly. So I'll see you there. Let's see if this works. Yeah. The way I mashed and I got Biplop as partner and Funky as the guy. So shout out to the fans of both. I know some of people, I don't know. Yeah, and let's see. fragmentate to me. Goons. Yeah, you see the sound effect. The thing, there was a way to import them, but the sound effects don't work when you try to play them. And this is the loop. I didn't get it right, but you know, this is a test, so who cares? And with that, we get what we needed, what we wanted. Song that is not from PMD, in PMD. Hope that it has enough help, because it took me quite a while to set it up, but you know, all for this awesome community that I love, that is the PMD fan game community, or fan projects in general actually. So, bye bye.